Influencers are lying to you to sell you products, especially in the beauty space when there is always a new must-have product that YouTubers and TikTokers are being paid to promote. They just won't always tell you they're being paid to promote it. The online beauty space used to be a place to share makeup tricks and tips, how to blend eyeshadow, and talk about the love of makeup, but it's really turned into a space where influencers can make millions of dollars by promoting products that they don't even really like. It's become a space purely focused on selling products, which fuels our overspending and overconsumption problems. In the United States alone, influencer market is projected to be worth $6.2 billion in 2025. And this is because influencers can be damn good at their job of selling products to their viewers. So good they can even make products sell out of stores nationwide, and that is something that is very appealing to any big brand. 69% of people say that they trust the recommendations of influencers. And honestly, I've even purchased quite a few products myself that have been recommended by influencers. But it's really important to make sure that the influencers we are actually taking our recommendations from are trustworthy, because as it turns out, there are a lot of not so trustworthy influencers, especially in the makeup space. Most beauty content creators and influencers started creating that kind of content due to the love of beauty and makeup, but the ones who become hugely successful continue to do it for the love of money, regardless of the harm that they can cause. Because for the top beauty influencers, there is a lot of money involved. Like tens of millions of dollars for the top creators. A lot of that money comes from ad revenue from views, but a lot of it also comes from paid advertisements for products. Most brands in the beauty space understand how important good reviews are in order to make sales, and some big brands are willing to pay creators tens of thousands of dollars for a single post to promote their products. I have heard about creators getting paid like $50K for a single YouTube video or a single Instagram post. I can't lie, I'm a little jealous. I'm like, honestly, aren't you? Just a little jealous? I wish. And honestly, good for those influencers, get your money. But it starts to become a problem when those influencers and creators start straight up lying about the products they're promoting, or they just fully don't disclose that the product they're promoting is in fact an ad. And this has become a problem that is running rampant in the beauty space. So many of the top creators, especially on TikTok, have been caught doing these paid posts and fully not properly disclosing that it is in fact an advertisement. It has become super common for creators to simply use the hashtag brand partner as their way to disclose their ad, but the problem is that is not actually disclosing anything, and it's actually breaking the FTC guidelines about how you are properly supposed to disclose when you do a paid ad. The FTC states that influencers must disclose any relationship to a brand, whether or not you're being paid, and if they gave you free products or products at a discount. It also does state that when an influencer is doing a paid ad for a brand, that the ad disclosure must be hard to miss and in clear language. When an influencer only discloses their ad using the hashtag brand partner, they are fully violating the FTC guidelines. Because if they're using a hashtag, you then have to scroll down and open the hashtags to find that hashtag, which is one, not easy to find, and two, using the phrase brand partner is not exactly in clear language to disclose that you are being paid for that post. I really don't know why so many influencers on TikTok are still doing this, or even how they're getting away with this, because this is not a new topic. This is something that has been going on in the beauty space for years at this point, and it's been talked about for so long that I truly don't understand how it is still happening. Now, the real problem with these undisclosed ads is the harm that it does to the viewers who watch these ads. A lot of viewers trust the recommendations of these influencers and what products they recommend. So these influencers not being upfront and honest about the fact that they're being paid to promote these products that they claim to be obsessed with, I think is incredibly deceitful and just morally wrong. There have been a couple cases online of really popular influencers making videos in which they talk about products that they don't really love and they don't think are that amazing, and then boom, 6 months later, they're obsessed with it, and of course they're using that hashtag brand partner in the video description. Suspicious, don't you think? Suspicious.
I would definitely use the foundation again. I will say if my skin was extra dry that day, I would not use this, but my skin is, well hydrated today, and so it worked out. For the concealer, I'm gonna pass. I think it's just like a whatever concealer. It didn't cover what I like concealer to cover, and it's just like whatever. There's way better affordable concealers in my opinion, so. I'm gonna prove to you that even if you use one of the most affordable makeup brands, Essence, you can achieve a look that looks just as good, if not better, than high-end makeup. Keep Me Covered Long-Lasting Foundation, transfer-proof, waterproof, covers everything. Look at that, all the blemishes I had, gone. Now I'm gonna go in with the Keep Me Covered Concealer. This is full coverage. Look at my skin. It's all Essence. It's crazy. Essence, affordable, high quality, all at the drugstore. You don't need high-end makeup, babe. You need Essence.
And I think that this is just so harmful because obviously a lot of these viewers don't have nearly as much expendable income as a lot of these influencers who, like I said, are making a booty load of money from doing these ads. So a lot of these viewers will save up their hard-earned money to buy these products and then have it turn out that it's actually not this groundbreaking, amazing product that this influencer swore it was. And then it just ended up being a waste of their hard-earned money. Another big problem that we are seeing on TikTok and have been seeing for a while is the number of these beauty influencers who are making so many of the most outrageously over positive videos promoting a product that I've ever seen, but they're not sponsored. However, these videos are being made in the hopes that this brand will come along and then purchase that video to then serve it as an ad after the fact. Now, this is not something I've seen happen on other platforms, but I have seen it happen a decent amount on TikTok, where after the fact, after a video is already made and published, a brand will go approach that creator and ask to buy their video to promote it as an ad, which on the surface level, I don't think is a bad thing. I actually think it could be really great if an influencer was very honest about a product that they liked and they were showing off, and then a brand decided to use that. But the problem is that it incentivizes creators to then make a booty load of these over positive videos in the hopes that a few of them will be purchased as ads. And there are some creators out there who it really seems like every single one of their videos that they put out there is made in the hopes that something like this will happen. Like if you're a beauty influencer and you only make overly positive content, it's a little sus. There's a lot of bad makeup products out there. Like, how are you just never using them? If your whole job is to review makeup, if every single product is amazing and groundbreaking and everyone has to have it, I don't think you would be very good at your job, in my opinion. Now, I do really need to put a little disclaimer in here that I am not at all against beauty influencers or influencers in general doing paid content or doing ads of any kind, but I am so over the number of undisclosed ads, or at least the ads where they really try to hide that it's an ad, and I just think it's very wrong and so gross. Like, it is purposely misleading your viewers, who are primarily people who work regular 9-to-5 jobs, who work very hard for their money, in an attempt to get those people to spend this money on these products just because you, as an influencer, are getting paid $30K for a video that you're gonna spend 30 minutes max making. And it just seems so gross and wrong. And some of the lies that these influencers have been caught in have been truly ridiculous. There was one case of an influencer, I think it was last year that this happened, but it was called Lashgate, where essentially a very, very popular TikToker named Michaela was doing a sponsorship for a mascara. And in the mascara sponsorship, I don't know exactly if she did not fully disclose that it was an ad or not in that particular case, But I do know she lied in the ad really badly, to the point where she put on mascara and then she cut to a shot where she had a fake eyelash on. A fully fake eyelash. Oh my god, this was truly one of the most ridiculous cases of an influencer lying in an ad I have ever seen. Now, a lot of these popular beauty brands will also try to really kiss up to influencers by sending them not only free products, but also by sending them on free vacations and gifting them luxury goods. And this is really an attempt from those brands to make sure that that influencer has a really good incentive to continue to only speak well about them. Because after all, if someone gifts you a Birkin or a free trip to Korea, you're probably not going to go online and say a bunch of negative stuff about them, right? Undisclosed and deceitful ads are not the only way that a lot of beauty influencers are lying to us. One of the most rampant ways that a lot of these influencers are lying to us is actually with the use of filters and photo editing. In a niche that is so focused on beauty and perfection, there is a huge pressure to be literally perfect, but the use of filters and editing is really warping the minds of viewers. And to be fair, it's also warping the minds of the content creators themselves. Everyone is being hurt by this. On Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, so many of these beauty influencers have just the most beautiful, clear, flawless skin I have ever seen. And while some people do naturally just have really beautiful, natural, clear skin, everyone still has some kind of skin texture. But not these influencers, apparently. No, they're smooth like butter. Obviously, photo filters on Instagram are used by a lot more than just beauty influencers. I'll be honest, I've even used a skin smoothing filter or edited a pimple off of my face in an Instagram picture before. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have. But one of my biggest issues with this is when creators use these skin smoothing filters when they're testing out makeup. The whole point is to see how the makeup looks on the skin, and if you are smoothing the look of your skin, you're truly defeating the whole purpose of doing a review. Like, we can't at all see how it actually sits on your skin, so what's the point of what you're doing here? There are some creators who will test out a new foundation and every single product will look flawless and amazing from our view because either they're using cameras with built-in smoothing effects or they're using smoothing effects in editing. And this is so deceptive, especially for a product like foundation, because we want to see how it sits on the skin, but when the skin is smoothed out, we can't see it at all. And I think this use of skin smoothing has really warped the minds of viewers into thinking that smooth, flawless, glass-like skin is normal and achievable, when really that is not realistic and normal at all. Everyone has skin texture. Everyone. I have seen so many posts on skincare focused subreddits from people looking for product recommendations to smooth out their skin texture. When these people who are making the post show pictures of their skin and they already have beautiful, clear skin, they just, like everyone else, have texture. They have pores. They just don't have that perfect filtered glass skin look that we see promoted on social media. And I really just think it is so incredibly unfortunate that these people who, like I said, already have beautiful, clear skin think that they need more products so that they can try to achieve a beauty standard that is just not at all achievable. But in their minds, they truly think they can achieve it because, oh, look at those people online. They have beautiful, clear glass skin. But in reality, no, they don't. And you probably can't get it yourself either. Now, before I do move on from this topic, I do just want to add in that sometimes a camera, the lighting, the distance from the camera, and various other factors actually can genuinely blur details on someone's skin. So just because someone does look like they have, textureless skin, it doesn't actually mean that they are always using some kind of a filter to blur their skin. I do think there is sometimes a very obvious difference between the people who are using these skin smoothing filters and people who are just, it's the lighting and the camera and whatnot. So take that into account. Just because someone's skin looks clear doesn't mean they are, using a filter. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, many beauty influencers started to make beauty related content for the love of makeup and beauty in general. And a lot of those creators still do make it for those reasons. But I think it is an unavoidable fact that at this point in time, most beauty content is made to sell products, whether or not the beauty influencer is trying to do do that. These beauty influencers tell us about their favorite products so that we can go out and buy it. They test different products to see if the things are worth the price and worth the purchase, and a lot of this content is focused solely around buying more products. And a good majority of beauty content nowadays is solely focused on telling us what we should or what we should not buy. The beauty space really used to focus on how to do different eye looks and how to contour and how to do specific things with makeup, but there is only so much content like that a creator can make before they run out of tutorial ideas, so then they shift their content to product reviews primarily, because there is always a never-ending amount of new products coming out that people are curious to know about and curious to know whether or not they should buy it, which means this is just an endless cycle of content for these creators to make. And this really just fuels our overspending and overconsumption on makeup products. It's bad for us not only at an individual level because of the amount of money we can sometimes end up spending, but it is also bad for literally the entire planet because of the amount of waste that this overconsumption can create. There was a time a couple years back for me that I would consume primarily beauty content. I was watching reviews day and night, learning about all the great new products that were coming out. And at this time, because of that, I was going out and spending a lot of money on buying all these new products that realistically I just didn't need. And honestly, a lot of those products I ended up never finishing, and I either ended up throwing them out or they are still sitting at the back of my makeup shelf just collecting dust because I don't use them, and it just turned out to be such a waste. I think at the end of the day that those of us who do consume beauty content just need to consume it with more of a skeptical eye. We just can't trust every single review we see. Now, all of this being said, of course, I do just want to point out that I do think there are still a ton of really great beauty creators in this space who do have good morals and don't just want to push products onto their viewers so that they can make money, but rather make this content because they genuinely love it and want to share it with their audience. So I think we just have to be maybe a little bit more picky when we choose the content we are going to consume in the beauty space. In the end, I really hope we do start to see the FTC really cracking down on these influencers who are not following the FTC guidelines, because it has been such a big problem for so long, and it's about time that these influencers stopped getting away with doing these dishonest ads. Now, what do you think about all of these influencers who keep getting away with clearly not stating that their paid ads are in fact ads? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate if you went ahead and subscribed to my channel. I make all sorts of videos about social media, pop culture, and anything I am feeling passionate about. And today I was feeling passionate about influencers lying to us. So please go ahead and sub if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.